What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm gonna video for you guys. Today I'm gonna be doing episode 4 of the end of the year, and well, today I'm gonna be go ahead and discuss with you guys about the the Marvel and also the Marvel and also DC films that came out this year, and then alongside I'm also gonna be including some other films from other franchises. So yeah, but anyway, moving on. Alright, so starting off, we actually got is the Batman. So literally, like when I first watched this film, like literally it was pretty great. Like unlike different from the Michael Keaton's Batman, Christian Bale's Batman, and also Ben Affleck's Batman. Like this movie was pretty great. I mean, literally, like it did actually capture like how can I say how Batman is portrayed, and also since literally this movie took on a grounded approach, and like literally, like I know that here's the thing, since literally when the movie came out, like literally it was actually pretty great, and like literally alongside they actually introduced the villains, and plus it's literally unlike the other films, they literally just ends up introducing literally the film just ends up like taking like the inspiration from the Batman anime series, which ends up letting us know that the villains are out there, etc. And plus, honestly, this movie is pretty good. And therefore, my rating of this movie, I literally put it like around 9 out of 10. So yeah, but anyway, moving on. Alright, so I'm actually got is Morbius, and this came out in April. And well, literally when I first saw this movie, well, I'm not gonna lie, like literally this movie was hated by by fans, since basically this movie here's the thing. So literally back in 2020, this movie was supposed to be released until it got delayed all the way towards this year. So like this movie was supposed to come out 2 years ago, but it did not. And then until now, we actually finally got the movie, but it's it kind of pretty sucks. Like I'm not gonna lie, Jared Leto is actually pretty good as Michael Morbius, but like literally, if they would have ended up introducing elements from for example, like if end up actually introducing some type connection to Spider-Man, or even like the Venom films, then yeah, it would have been interesting. But like alongside, they just they just removed everything that was from the movie, and just like it's not good. And plus, since literally with the whole post-credit scene, they end up bringing the Vulture from the MCU into the Sony universe, and like I was like, wait, I mean like I know that they're setting up the Sinister Six, but like with with Vulture from the MCU, I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna do that, but I can tell that Sony's gonna mess up this the Sinister Six movie. So yeah, but moving on. And also for my rating, well, I'm just gonna give it like a 3 out of 10. So yeah, but moving on. I'm next for you guys, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and like literally this movie came out in May, and well, honestly, the movie was not that bad. But even note that since the film was kind of like it was actually well received, but with mixed reactions, and the film did actually make a lot of money. But the only thing that actually kind of got fans not literally that actually kind of set fans was actually literally the film in of introducing the multiverse, when I've seen Doctor Strange travel to the universe, and we actually meeting what's called the Illuminati, which was actually from a different universe. Alongside, we end up meeting variants of Doctor Strange. And well, honestly, the only thing that sucked is that the film killed off the Illuminati team, and then like the movie just ending up where Doctor Strange ends up defeating Wanda. She ends up sacrificing herself, and well, it's kind of pretty much it. But honestly, the movie was pretty good, and plus, it's literally like I wish that we would have actually got cameos from different superheroes, but it's just actually whatever. But alongside, literally, the movie was not that bad. And for my rating, I gave it like a 8 out of 9. So I'm at 8 out. An 8 out of 10. So yeah, but moving on. Next we actually got is Jurassic World Dominion, which came out in June. And well, the movie was actually kind of pretty good, but like since literally the movie wasn't well received, because I guess that the film just end up throwing in whatever, and like literally, honestly, like I would honestly, I'm not gonna like this. This one was pretty great, but I guess that I guess the story kind of didn't honestly, the movie was actually pretty great, but I guess that the story didn't actually really fit well. And basically, well, honestly, if the movie would have actually been good, then they should just what would it been good is that if they would have changed if they would have changed the story, and then basically alongside with introducing a dinosaurs. So literally the main villain of the film, which is the Saurus or whatever it's called. Like, the what's called the film was really not that much of a threat, and plus it's literally unlike the Indoraptor from Fallen Kingdom and the Dominus Rex from Jurassic World. I mean, literally basically the Gigantosaurus was really not that scary. So yeah, he's just whatever. But literally, they also actually enjoy seeing the return of Alan Grant, Ellie Sattler, and Ian Malcolm from the original trilogy. And plus, it's literally like making sense. Literally, with the three trio end up actually reappearing in the next what's it called in the second what's called the new trilogy, which is the Jurassic World trilogy. Literally, it was actually got a pretty great. And plus, like literally, like I'm actually kind of glad that they returned. But alongside the film, it was just like whatever. And then, well, for my rating, I give it like a 7 out of 10. So yeah, buddy, moving on. Up next we actually got is Thor: Love and Thunder. This one came out in July. And well, literally, honestly, when I went to go see the film, it was actually kind of pretty alright. But I guess that what fans actually start complaining about is like literally what's called the film was actually kind of focusing, I guess, like literally, well, the story was kind of it's actually alright, but what the film actually had a problem with was actually like literally the humor. Like I guess that the film actually was having a lot of what's called a lot of humor, and was not actually really kind of serious, unlike like the other MCU films. But literally, this one was kind of alright, introducing Jane Foster as the mighty what's called Thor, and alongside with Christian Bale, who plays the villain Gorr the God Butcher. Well, for him, like he was a pretty great villain, but like we didn't get to see him fight what's called other gods in the film. And plus, since literally alongside with the film introducing us to Zeus, played by Russell Crowe, I mean, like, he did a good job playing Zeus. But literally alongside towards the end of the film, like basically Gorr sacrificed himself, and then Thor end up taking care of Gorr's daughter. And then after that, that was kind of pretty much it. And plus, literally with the post-credit scene, which ends up introducing Hercules into the MCU, and plus, since alongside with alongside with Thor 5, which is actually going to be probably coming out in the next couple of years, and also alongside, since literally with Chris Hemsworth is going to be taking a break from acting because he has a kind of a condition. So like, who knows, like if it'll be, like literally if Thor 5 will be his last MCU film, and then if not, then well, literally like I guess that we gotta wait and see. So yeah, but anyway, moving on. And also for my rating, I kind of give it like a 7 out of 10. So yeah, but anyway, moving on. Next we actually got is Black Adam, which came out in October. Like literally, when I saw this movie, like it was kind of alright. I mean, like, literally, like honestly, it was just kind of like here's the thing: Dwayne Johnson's actually pretty good playing as Black Adam, and also alongside introducing the JS whatever they're called. And well, literally the actors playing those characters are pretty great. But honestly, the movie kind of felt like I don't know, it was kind of like literally less serious and more what's called kind of like it kind of felt like that they actually what's called kind of raised the humor up, and also it was actually kind of less serious. But at the end, it's just like another DC film, and well with the what's called with Safran and Gunn going to be rebooting the universe. So I guess that we got to go ahead and wait and see. But for my rating, I gave it, I guess, a 8 out of 10. So you're putting moving on. And also, last one we got is Black Panther: Wakanda, which came out in November. Well, the film was actually pretty great, and it was actually alright. And honestly, the film literally just ended up introducing us the Black Panther, who is actually Shuri, and alongside with Namor, who was the main villain. And honestly, he he was actually pretty great, and also alongside with the other characters, etc. And well, honestly, the movie was actually not that bad. And also, let's see let's see what actually how will Black Panther continue in the MCU. It was called the third entry, but I guess that we gotta wait and see. So yeah, but moving on. And also for my rating, I gave it a 9 out of 10. So yeah, but anyway, moving on. And there you have it, guys. So that's all the Marvel DC films that came out this year. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys later.